What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Y'all come on in the room. We about to get this thing crunk. We're going to get this thing started up. I got a lot of information to give it to you in a short time to give it, but I must be strong in giving y'all this work. It's all the way live, so I want y'all to get all of this, what I got to give you. I love Lakeside, man. Lakeside had a lot of hits besides Fantastic Voyage. And a lot of people slept on Lakeside because they didn't know. But man, Lakeside had some hits. Lakeside had some hits, y'all. Raid? Oh, you must have never went skating. Hold up. You must have never gone skating if you didn't hear of Raid. All right, we about to take off. We're going to be teaching about the credit card game. So don't you leave yet. I'm hoping that everybody can hear me because, again, we got a lot to give it in. If you can put a 1 in the comments for me and let me know that you can hear me very well. I got a brand new laptop and everything across the board is brand new. So first time I'm using it. So do me one favor, family, and put me a 1 in the comment and let me know that you can hear me. Woo, what's happening, Kim? It's been a minute, Kim. Stay tuned. I'm going to be teaching about this credit card game, and it's something that some of you didn't know, but you need to know. Hey, all right, let's cut this thing off. I'm going to cut Lakeside off because I've been and went all the way back to the skating ring in Gaston, Alabama, that I used to get beatings on every Sunday because I was trying to lie and sneak out of church and go to the skating rink. All right, let's get this work, y'all. The credit card game. And this is something that I normally teach into my course, but and actually it's under that course called Other People's Money. And when you talk about the credit card game, we use other people's money to pay for our livelihood. Now, some people would think that that's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen, because this is exactly what we do already. When we go and make purchases at Walmart, we make purchases at Dillard's, Belk's, McRae's, Neiman Marcus, wherever have you, whatever that you buy, whatever it is that you buy that has a name brand on it, you are paying for that person's livelihood. Now, how does that work and correlate over into the credit card game? Because a lot of us have gotten into trouble with credit cards. Back in the days when I was on the street, and again, I hate doing this because I don't like doing receipts. This thing right here, ladies and gentlemen, what we call a dope boy is not. This is what we call a dope boy is not. And the reason because when we put this money in our pockets, it made that thing stick out like a knot, right? And I know the green screen is killing it so you can't see, but that is real. You can see that. Dope boy knot. What wealthy people found out was that this is absolutely worthless. The reason being is absolutely worthless is because when you start to understand and learn the concepts of money and how money works, and you learn that money is a tool, you start to learn that this thing is called a promissory note. It's nothing. It's a promise to pay. So when we go to these, ladies and gentlemen, when we go to these, let me get my driver's license out of the way and some business cards. But what I teach customers to do is to get these. These are what we live on. This is what affords us the lifestyle that we want to have. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, and how we play this credit card game. And I'm going to teach y'all this, and then I got to get out of here real quick. I'm just going to drop this on you fast, quick, fast, in a hurry. When you understand and how to learn the credit card game operates this way. And I tell everyone, even when you start a business, when you get into this entrepreneurial world, any money that comes into you, you leave that on your cards. This is how, if you have PayPal set up, Venmo, some people use Zelle. I don't use Zelle because Zelle is connected to a banking institution. So I don't use Zelle. So what we hear is we leave all of that money onto those institutions or on those cards with those institutions because they are not governed by the FDIC. They have no obligation to report. Now, here it is. If you have any of those cards, as well as credit cards, and you transfer money between the cards, you always notice that they ask you, is this a gift or are you buying something, or is it a gift or a purchase? When you understand how to play the game, it's always a gift. Gifts are not taxable. Only up to a certain dollar amount. But it has to be established that it is a gift. Now, here's one thing that you do, and this is one thing that I teach my clients. Each one of these cards, and I'm just going to grab some, and just to show you, Venmo, you can get you a Venmo card free. You can get you a Cash App card free. You can get, ladies and gentlemen, a PayPal card free. Oh, there's another one there. Credit, Amex, credit, debit. Listen, this is what I'm telling you. When you set up these cards, ladies and gentlemen, you want to attach a bill to each card. So let's just say, for instance, this one here, power bill. That's all that is used on this card, power bill. On this one, well, that's my emergency card. Let me say this one here, water bill. This one here, another one. This one is the internet and the cable. This one here is my Hulu, my Netflix, and any other thing that comes on the TV. Now, the way that credit cards work, you have to use at least 30% of the balance every month in order to keep them active, in order to help you build your credit. That's what they tell you. Now, what we do back in the day, we'll get a credit card and we'll max that thing out just to pay the minimum balance. This is not working for you as an entrepreneur or as to help your personal credit. You want to spend in order to build. So what we do, we attach those cards with a bill, even if you're in the world of business where your credit, your power of credit is better and your points is lower. You want to keep those. Appreciate you, Kim. This is what we do. When we show you how to attach those to a bill. Now, here's the secret sauce. You're going to have to pay those bills anyway, whether they're on a credit card or you're going to walk in there with cash. Right? Right. You got to pay those bills every month. But when you attach them with a credit card or a debit card, you set them up on auto pay, and it pays the first time that bill comes out. You never have to worry about it. So all of the money that you make from your job or from your business, now you pay those credit cards off zero balance every month. Every month. Don't take your cash and go and pay the minimum balance. You are hurting yourself. Pay it off zero. Now, watch what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, as that card is used. Now, you are using it more than 30% of the dollar amount of the value of that car, but you're paying it off zero. Now, here's the beautiful part about credit cards. When you charge and pay it off every month, you acquire points, cash back, or frequent flyer miles, and I use mine for flying. I use mine for hotel stays. Well, I also have an account set up with Choice Hotel. So every time that I go to Choice Hotel, I swipe that card. It gives me money back. And then now I'm building up points to get me a free room. My Shell card, my gas card, is attached to Winn-Dixie. So now I get discounts and perks from grocery shopping at Winn-Dixie. See how we play the game? You guys can start to see how this thing works. When you pay cash, you don't get anything but a cash payment. Now, in the business world, in this entrepreneurial world that we live in, every time we swipe these cards, I don't have to worry about using QuickBooks to record my purchases for business because, as I've told you several times before, I swipe everything on the business card. I have none of these cards are in my name, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we teach. Get all of that stuff out of your name because now it's not affecting your personal credit. It's all going toward and building and establishing up your business credit. Y'all follow me? Y'all follow me? So what we do here, we show you how to play this game to where your credit is increasing because you're using that card every month as you should. But instead of taking and paying the minimum balance, you pay the whole thing off. And now, as soon as you pay that off, after whenever the first Friday or the first however you get paid, you go ahead and automatically pay that. Now you got a fresh stack of credit cards or a fresh zero balance. Now this, you do that, I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, you do that for 3 to 6 months, you'll start watching. And I'm telling you from personal experience. I started out with 3 $500 cards. And I worked that thing for about 8 months. Now, what I did, I put my credit card payments on rotation within the 3. And now that was a game that I would recommend that, but not recommend it at the same time. I was still trying to figure out this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a credit score of 528. Terrible. But then when I started understanding and how to play the game, it changed within the next 10 months after that. I went from 3 $500 cards. Now, this is when I was figuring out these courses and trying to figure out how to help and get people a little bit more. I used to take card A, and you can do what you call a cash withdrawal, or you can pull cash off of that card. I would take that cash, pull it off of card A, and pay card 2 off. And then once I paid card 2 off, I would then pull the cash off of card 2 and pay card 3 off. And then I would take card 3 with a zero balance, take that cash, and then go all the way back to card A and pay it off. And I did that every month with 3 cards in succession until I paid them off. And then I started seeing my credit score go up and up and up and up. Then now, within that 10 months, I said, hey, I called 2 of the cards and said, I need to request an increase. I kept one at 500. The second one went up to 750, and the third one went up to 1,000. And I played the same game, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3 every month. Then a friend of mine told me, who has a credit repair business, he said, Robert, this is what you should do. You should attach those cards to a bill in your house. So instead of trying to run the credit limit up on these 3, Then I started filling out for more cards. Now, this requires, ladies and gentlemen, some serious discipline. Serious discipline. Because it's very hard when you're sitting here with a $10,000 card in your pocket not to go absolutely ham. Oh, you start thinking, and see, you see how the devil works. The devil starts showing you everything that you need now. When you start making a little bit of money, or you start getting in a situation to where you can start buying more things. I've never shopped at Neiman Marcus, ladies and gentlemen, and I never will. But when you get an Amex card, oh, you know that Amex card can take you anywhere, all over the world. Amex and Discover. Oh, when I got that Discover, oh my Jesus. But it requires some serious discipline. Now, what I did was I have a total of 9 cards. 11, because I forgot about the 2 that's in the freezer, and I'm going to get to those. Those are called my Emer cards. And I'm going to tell you that I learned that game from my oldest brother. The Emer cards, you get you a regular old can. Like, I mean, if you have some, if you've opened up some vegetables or whatever that you're cooking, take and wash those cans out real good. And you take those 2 Emer cards, 1 into each can, and you put water in it. Now, Emer is your emergency cards. Those cards only come out of that freezer in the event of an extreme emergency. But I do have 2 small bills attached to those. That's on automatic bill pay. Now, the safe thing about that is once I attach those 2 bills to those 2 Emer cards, I don't know what the numbers are on there. But until I get ready, when it pops up, that what's that bill I got? I think it's my Best Buy account. When my Best Buy account said that they can't process that card, now I know that card got $10,000 on it. But most likely what has happened is it has reached the expiration date. So now I know to take those cards out, unthaw them, and then get my new cards in. But the credit card companies will be sending me a new card anyway when it hits that expiration date. So you really ain't got to panic. Now, the reason why we freeze them, it prevents you from doing what they call purchaser's regret. Spending money on those cars that you shouldn't have never spent it for because it wasn't an emergency. Now, you can't put it in the microwave because it's a tin can. It'll blow your microwave up. And then you can't put it on the stove to try to hurry up and fast thaw. When it starts boiling, that water in that can is going to make that plastic card ball up. And then the card is useless. So you literally have to unthaw it. And most times, to stop from having a regretter's purchase or a purchaser's regret, is by the time it takes that can of water to unthaw in about 4 to 6 hours, I didn't need that no way. I done forgot about what I needed it for. That's why we call it an emergency card. Now, if you ever notice that the major appliances in your house, they always go bad over the weekend or on a Monday or a Tuesday? When you've already gotten paid, you don't have any more money left, and then the washer go out, or the refrigerator go out, or the dryer breaks the drying band on it. But you already spent all of your money. Now we have to pull out one of those cans on the Emer card and let it thaw out, and then we can go and get us a new refrigerator, washer, or a dryer. That's why it's set up that way. This is why we teach this system. You have a question? Is creditrepair.com good? I have never used them, Miss Kim. I have used a private firm, and there are two that I can send you their information offline that I would only recommend for anybody who is trying to repair their credit to use. These two people, one of them has done my personal credit and got me back to over a 700. And then when he basically taught me everything that I know about business credit, because your business credit can only go to a score of 80. Now think about that. Oh, and that 80 in the business world, now you got a credit limit of 500,000. That's why we play this game. Oh man, it's so sweet. Somebody put some claps on that. Hold up, I gotta put some. Whoa! When you learn how to play this game, it's a benefit. Let me see. Yes, my dryer went out. See, exactly. And it always goes out on a time that you've already spent all your bills. Now you have to sit there and wait until another check comes in. And it's my pleasure, sister. This is why we do this. Tune in every week. Anytime you want to you want to make sure that you check the notification box so you can get this work. I give people this work in order to change their conditions and put you in a better condition. So now I'll send you those two names offline, and then I will let you talk with them. But I can personally tell you, either one, you are in great hands. But there is a warning. Please do everything that these people tell you to do. If they tell you to stop going out and eating McDonald's and start cooking more at home to save money to pay your bills off, do that. It requires, I mean, it doesn't take a lot of work to repair people's credit. But when you put in that much work to go back into being in debt again, it is very taxing. And that's where when you use these credit repair companies and you spending your money with them to help you fix your credit, but they don't give you any education on how not to go back into being in debt. That's the troubling part right there. So what we say is listen to what they recommend you. Trust me, again, it goes back to being disciplined. I stopped going out to eat. If I didn't know how to cook something, I learned how to cook it. My advisor told me, he said, Robert, and you guys have heard me tell this story before, cook enough at night to where you can eat for supper that night, and then you take the leftovers for lunch tomorrow. Because I thought I was doing something by going to eat at rallies for lunch when I was working. I thought I was doing something. Ooh, I'm going to get this big Buford. It wasn't but $3 or $4. But when you multiply that, just say you go, and I thought I was doing good. $3 a day, 5 days a week on a regular work week, that's $15 to $20. And I really upped that price on Friday because Friday was payday. So now I can supersize. That's how we trick ourselves. We trick ourselves thinking, oh, well, I got paid today, so I can spend a little extra more. So I'm spending $15 to $20 a week. Multiply that by 4 weeks. That, ladies and gentlemen, come on now. It's not hard. 100, anywhere from, if it was on the low end of 15, that's $60, which is a water bill, and with some change left over. Or if I'm spending the whole $20, that's $80, which is my cell phone bill. Just by stop eating out. Now, imagine how much groceries you can buy with $60 to $80. Then I started learning the coupon game, which is a whole different game. And I will drop that game later on because I started when I bought this place that I'm in now. I started couponing again. I actually paid somebody to teach me how to coupon. That's how badly I wanted to start keeping my money. See, most of us, ladies and gentlemen, we already know what it's like to be broke. Why do we want to keep staying there? If God has said we are his children and all we have to do is ask. Ooh. Brother Derek, all you got to do is you can go join my page on Facebook. It's under Book RD Muhammad, BOOK. Actually, I'm gonna type this in here, BOOK RD MUHA. Yeah. The link here is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can go all over the place and find out and how we can get there. And then every time that I do these drops, which we call content, you guys can always hear. Appreciate you, Brother Derek. And now let's get back to the business because I got to get ready to wrap this up. But ladies and gentlemen, when you start learning the credit card game and you start watching your credit increase, and you start seeing yourself make more and more and more and more. It's not even making more. It's just now learning that my credit cards are now being used as a tool for me. Money is not, money, it makes a difference. It just shouldn't make you different. And if money makes you a different person, then, you know, I really don't want to know you in the first place. You weren't real with yourself because the money doesn't make me. I make money. But, you know, in the book called Bible, it says that my people suffer because of lack of knowledge. What we don't know is what hurts us. What we don't know is what hurts us. And now, what we try to do, people like myself, not just me, there are a lot of multimedia marketers out there. There are a lot of social media marketers out there, social media influencers out there. We are everywhere. You just don't have to take my word for it. The things that I know, ladies and gentlemen, is because I did a lot of stuff wrong. Ooh, man, I used to get them little $500 cards when I had the bad credit before I got it fixed. In the 90s, oh my God, I was happy. Grill McNair sent me a credit card in the mail. I got me a jewelry card now. Now, this was back in the days when pink ice was popping. Man, I went and bought everybody pink ice. That Mother's Day hit. And then I said, man, my payment is only $18 a month? Yeah. See, when you don't know, you would just pay that $18 forever. But what they don't teach you is when that bill rolls around to the second month, now you done hit interest on top of the new balance, and now I am over my limit when that interest rate hits. So instead of taking my payroll checks every week and paying off the card to zero, I hit that 500, paid that little $18, and then that brought me down to $472. No, $488. $82. Yeah, $482. But then when that interest rate hit the next month, it jumped. Now I'm over the limit and the card is shut down, and then I panicked. When that card said, hey, look, you reached over your limit. Now I got to pay $34 to get it back under my limit. See how that works? But when you know how to play the game, you charge those manageable amounts, assign them to a certain bill, and leave it. Then when you've taken all of your working money, listen, ladies and gentlemen, think about it like this. When you pay these cards off zero, this is still your money. You just don't have the cash in your pocket. See, now you are not held by this thing no more. I got to make sure I put that back in the bank. So because I haven't carried cash, ladies and gentlemen, in 25 years. I stopped it. It was retarded to carry cash. Cash in your pocket doesn't increase your credit score. Cash in the bank doesn't do you any good. Think about this. Have you ever looked at that your banking papers and just found out how much interest they give you a month, a year? Then when I started learning that the bank takes my money that I am depositing in there, and then they take my money and then loan it to somebody else. This is how banks earn their money. They take all of that money in the bank, and somebody else walks in with a good credit score, and then they loan him my money, and I'm buying. Man, you think about how many houses you have donated to that you never slept in. Other people's money. This is the name of the game, family. The bank takes your money and finances somebody else's livelihood on the other side of town. Ooh, ain't that thing deceptive? Deceptive intelligence. This is what we deal with. But when you are allowed to sneak in and get a glimpse of how they play, I won't mind. So I started playing the same game. You'll hear this term a lot now across social media platforms. It's called be your own bank. This is how, ladies and gentlemen, we start the process of being our own bank. Listen, I thank y'all for chilling with me these 31 minutes. I got to go back and drop this back in the bank because I'm be nervous. For real. But I want you guys to know, hey, man, listen. Hold up. Before Lakeside closes us out, you can always go to my page at Book RDM Muhammad. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm everywhere. If you're interested in taking my course, Digital Target Marketing, on how I can show you how to match your income from your job part-time to once you match that, then we're going to take you to turning that matching income into passive income. And now we're going to start showing you guys how to set yourselves free. Woo! Stay tuned because tomorrow when I get back, I'm going to show you guys how the wealthy people play the game of financing their children's livelihood before their children are even born. Private schools, brand new cars at 16. You know, when I was in high school, I used to wonder how these kids are driving to school with a brand new IROC Z. And I'm sitting here now. I'm in my just turned 16, got my driver's license, but my car was a '76 Cutlass Supreme. But these rich kids from down at the country club is driving brand new at that time, ladies and gentlemen, 1995 and 90. Not 1995. God no, I wish I had graduated there. But a 1988, 1989 IROC Z. How would their parents able to afford that? I'm going to give you the inside scoop. Stay tuned tomorrow. Come back and holler at your boy. I am RD Muhammad with Plugged In, plugging you in with the information that you need in order to make you successful. I'll see y'all on the other side. Peace.